In this video, I want to demonstrate the procedure for uploading a paper to the draft space in MindTap, and then look at the procedure for conducting peer responses. I'm logged into this class as a student. My first step is to upload my draft to the draft space. For the purposes of this assignment, I'm going to be using a dummy space, but you'll want to go to the link to the draft assignment in your Blackboard shell. Make sure that you've added a writer's memo to your draft answering the questions on the handout or instruction sheet in your course. Also, make sure you've downloaded the draft to your computer's Downloads folder or desktop first. You cannot attach a file straight from your OneDrive folder. Or you can, but it will not be a Word document, and if you do that, your instructor will not be able to open the file or grade it. If you've made a mistake, you can always re-upload the file now. The location of the link varies depending on whether this is a face-to-face, hybrid, or fully online course. In this class, the drafts link is going to be under your Week 2 hybrid work in the flow of the course, and you would come in here and it's going to look like this. So here's your drafts folder. Because I'm using a dummy assignment, I'm actually going to go to the ebook and get to it from the MindTap side. So I'm going to come in here and look under drafts, and I'm going to use this dummy assignment for mine. Either way, when you click into the assignment from Blackboard or from MindTap, you'll see something that looks like this. It says submit a paper. You click on that. You're going to need to give your submission a title. It really doesn't matter what you call it. I'll call mine test file, and then you're going to choose a file. And this is where you're going to go to the place in your course or on your actual computer where your stuff is. Where's mine? Here we go. And I'm going to grab this old paper that I wrote a really long time ago and open it and submit it to this space. So I have that. It's a Word document. I click upload and there it will go. You may have already done this piece because it was in your homework for week 2, but if you haven't, then this is how you would do it. You can either view the current submission from this point if you wish to, or you can just get out of it. And I'm going to X out of it here. Okay, once you've submitted your draft, the next thing you're going to do is go to your peer response link. And this is also going to be in the flow of your course. In this particular course, it's going to be under your week 3 hybrid work, and it's going to be right here under the peer response workshop. You just scroll down to the Peermark week 3, and that's where you're going to do it for this particular class. It may look a little bit different in other courses. Again, because I'm doing this from as a dummy assignment, I'm going to go into the MindTap side and get to it from the peer response links. And I'm going to go into this. Either way, again, when you launch into the assignment, this is what you're going to see. You have two options here. You can read all the papers that were submitted in the class, or if you want to complete the assignment, you need to click Write Reviews. So click this down arrow here for Write Reviews, and you see you have two options, Start a Review or Self-Review. If you start a review, it's just going to pull up a random paper from one of your classmates. Looks like it's a little hard to see here. Let me move it. And you can see the stuff that's here. You can save it if you're not done with the assignment yet, or you can submit it. I'll show that more in a minute. And get out of it here. And the other thing I want to show you here is you can also go to self-review. I'm going to do that because this is my paper and I want to be able to, I don't want to show other people's stuff. So here's my review. To work in this space, basically what you're going to do is read through the whole paper first, and then and answer the questions over here on the right hand side. You type in these boxes. You need to type at the minimum number of words for each one. When you complete that, you'll see up here in the progress bar, as you complete each one of these questions, you'll see the progress bar change for how much you've completed. When you've completed the whole thing, you can click Submit, and that will complete the review for you. The other thing you can do in here is click anywhere on the page if you want to leave a note for your classmates, either a question or some kind of feedback or some suggestion. If you just click anywhere in the space, it will give you this box to type in. And you can type a note here and then save it. And now your classmate will be able to see what you were talking about as they're going through, and this should be very helpful to them as they're doing the reviews. Now again, if you get to a place where you're not completely done with the review yet, you can click Save to save the review, click OK, and then I'm going to actually X out of this. I'm going to X out of the other one too here so you can see what happens. And I'm going to refresh this screen so you can see. If you save a review, what's going to happen is you're going to end up with some reviews in a list. So if you scroll down, you see now I have two. I have the one that I started for the one student. To get back into that review, I'm going to click this blue thing for Edit a Review. I can do this for either one. When I finish the reviews, that blue box will turn green, and that'll tell me that it's done. So if I click in here and type at the minimum number of words, it'll do that for me. I'll get out of here again so you can see. So basically you keep going to write reviews and start a new review until you run out of reviews. It depends on what class you're in, how many you're going to have to do, and you also need to do a self-review. And when you get done with all of those and you have green boxes all the way down here, then you're good. Now again, you need to complete these reviews by the time and the date that's set by your instructor, and if you have any questions or problems, remember to call Cengage's tech support. In the classes, it kind of depends on the class that you're in, but most classes have a help center. You can get to that help center from here and scroll down and you see some things about technical help for your ebook in MindTap. That's where you would go to get some help here. The phone number is here for you, and when they're available is also here for you. You can also submit a ticket from this point. Make sure you let your instructor know if you run into any issues that require you to get to tech support, and please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks very much for watching.